Did you hear about the Brooklyn nail salon?
Brooklyn Nail Salon. Yes, I heard about it. Not only did I hear about it.
You saw a video?
Yeah, Black News 102 was out there. Black Magic 363, Rich, Baba TV, all of our black networks, since it was local, were on the scene, on the ground with the people, talking about what happened. I saw the video. I saw who instigated it. I saw the rebuttals, and I saw, because that black girl hit up first. Can we just be honest? The black girl struck her first. Okay, but that's okay. That's neither here nor there. Shit got really crazy. And they were whipping our sister and the grandmoms with these brooms. It was a team of them, and it really got out of hand.
Right. Wait, because you know what's crazy? I only saw the middle of the video.
Oh, you didn't see the beginning?
I didn't see the beginning, no.
Our sister got a little aggressive and pushed Chinese girl, and then all hell broke loose.
Oh, damn. Okay,
yeah. Listen, we
here...
Okay,
what does that change?
It doesn't change anything. But we here at Urban X, we got to be transparent in how we deliver news, because a lot of times that black girl could have beat the shit out that Chinese lady, and then they could have jumped on her, and all we would have saw was the Chinese lady jumping on her. Because that's just how our minds are programmed. But with that being said, you know how I feel about protest.
Right.
I'm not really with all that, but there are exceptions to every rule. And what I mean by that is when it's something local that we can go in and make an immediate impact on, I am with. I want to make that clear.
Like you see, like they are the enemy. Like we see, like that is the target. So we
absolutely.
Yeah, we can like direct all our efforts towards not going there.
Right, but when we marching against police brutality as a system that we don't know where our energy is going and it's dispersing into the universe, I have a problem with that because we do that and then we expect some different results and we get the same results. But when it's a targeted effort toward a business that we can point out, and we're going and getting on the ground and make stuff happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of especially in Brooklyn, there's a lot of like black owned nail salons.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought Koreans and I thought they had a like a real headlock on that industry. So
and they shouldn't, because they don't like you. They really hate you.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But they will come in and take your money.
That's all every business in the urban community.
It is, and I mentioned it in Urban Culture Decoded on how it's a really weird dynamic. These people hate you.
Yeah.
But yet they're there to suck the money out of your community, the algorithm on the 1st and the 15th, and they deal with certain things and they put plexiglass up and they treat you like a common criminal. And because we let them treat us like common criminals, that effort continues to go on.
Right.
So the protest down there is cool. It's been 5 or 6 days. I hope they shut it down for good, because these Chinese people will go home for a week, come back, and next thing you know, business is booming again. So we have to truly take a stand, because there is an economic war or power that we have that a lot of times we just don't enforce.
Okay.
Or go into the store and get Brooklyn, if you know what I mean. That's all I'm going to say about that. Because that's an option too. These Chinese stores burn down all the time. Because the triad like to come in if you don't pay the triad's fee. But I'm just simply saying, listen, man. I mean, when you know the spot, and you know the lady who did that.
But do you see how fast miscommunication can fly?
What do you mean?
Because I saw the video I saw was just them beating
her, right?
And then the context I got was she didn't like her eyebrows.
Yeah.
She didn't want to pay for the eyebrows.
Right.
She paid for everything. She wanted to pay for everything else. And then they beat her. So I'm thinking like, whoa.
I saw the video from the beginning when they were pressing her. Don't get me wrong. They were aggressively pressing the sister, and the sister just kind of pushed them off. And then it popped up. So, like I said, it doesn't change anything.
It doesn't change.
But, I always like to look at things in the situation of the court of law. How will her lawyer present it?
Right.
How will a jury of the Chinese lady's peers see it? Because at the end of the day, a lot of times that's what it trickles down to. So you got to get to the source of these situations. Who was the aggressor?
Yeah.
Like when we talk about the stand your ground law of the black guy, he shouldn't have lost his life like that. But the lawyer for the white guy is clearly going to say he blindsided my client. My client didn't see this coming. He pushed him to the ground violently. He's obviously a 6'7", 600-pound black man.
So with the nail salon, would they treat that as like, you know, when somebody goes into a store and robs the place or tries to rob a place and the store owner would they treat it the same way?
I don't know, because you didn't pay for a service. Now, you should get what you pay for.
Right.
I heard she did pay for her nails and her toes and something else, and didn't like the service with the eyebrows and refused to pay for that.
Which are $5.
Which is $5.
Yeah.
Now, somebody could have lost their life in here for $5. So we have to be clear about that, because that black guy lost his life basically for a Snicker bar. He went into the store to get his son a Snicker bar or something to that effect. And you know, he looked out the window, saw his wife beefing with some white dude, came to his wife's defense, as he should, as a black man he should, right? But I'm pretty sure if he knew this guy had a gun on him, he would have dealt with it a little bit different. And as a result, now the young kids don't have their father, the young queen doesn't have a king, and this guy's gonna walk. So it requires us to be a little bit more cautious in how we deal with certain situations. In the aftermath, it's easy to say, oh yeah, put that work in. But as soon as that white guy hit the ground, he got in some fucking sniper mode. He got on his sniper shit like he was laying for that. Boom! Shot him in his chest. Over. And he's gonna walk because of the stand your ground law. I'm pretty sure we'll revisit this conversation a little bit later. But that's what I felt. But I am totally against protesting and wasting your time, except in the event that we can make an immediate impact. Now, in my book, I also talked about, I keep plugging this book because it's advanced, right? How we can target a specific company, right? And let the other ones live. So we could go down the line and target each one of these Chinese nail salons. Close one, move to the next one. Close it, move to the next one. Close it.
Hair supply stores too.
Hair supply store too, right? So we can't allow these people to operate in our community, because some people crossed the picket line. There was some black people in there praying with the Chinese people because these people had been there for a long time. If you go get your nails done from the same people from 10 years, you think it's all good. There's a line you should never cross. You follow? I don't care if my barber, right, is Dominican or white, and he been cutting my hair for 10 years. When the brothers take the stand, yo, my nigga, yeah, bro, you already know what it is. I just can't do it because of principalities and our dollars count. So for all those out there in the chat room, we have to make our money count, because if this same shop is open in a week or 2 weeks from now, you just wasted all that energy for
literally
nothing.
It's all for naught.
It's all for naught. That's why I said the triad, not black people, the triad will burn your fucking store down if you ain't got them Chinese fees ready. I've seen enough Chinese movies. I know how that shit go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's what's going on. What's next?
Oh, time out. Somebody said you're making it seem like it was the guy's fault that got killed. No, No,
absolutely not. I didn't say that. I clearly said he should not have lost his life. I'm simply saying I'm looking at it through the lens of a prosecutor or a defense attorney and how they would see it. I clearly said that. I clearly said the way a jury or the white guy's lawyer would present it is that this big 6'3" or 6'7", 700-pound gorilla pushed his client to the floor and his client had no choice. I clearly stated that, so please do not misquote what I said. He did not deserve to die. But according to the law in that particular town, which is in favor of white people, you follow what I'm saying? So no, don't please don't put that on me.
So hold on. This woman, you see right here in the mugshot.
Ooh, okay, sis.
Yeah.
She's crying.
Her name is Jacqueline Dixon.
Jacqueline Dixon.
So she killed her husband, she killed her husband in Alabama, and they arrested her and charged her with second-degree murder.
Okay. What a circle is that? A stand your ground?
Alabama's a stand your ground state.
Okay, Alabama is a stand your ground state.
And
okay.
What's also like important in this case is that she's had an order of protection against her husband before.
Okay, so that was a very important piece. So this is not something random.
Right.
that happened. She had an order of protection against him for abuse.
Yes.
She's in a stand your ground state. He attacks her.
Right. She said, yeah, she feared for her life. It was self-defense.
She feared for her life.
She killed him, yes.
And she killed him. That should be an open and shut case.
Right.
But she's black.
And what they're trying to do is they're using, like, they're trying to use loopholes, right? So they're saying, like, okay, she had because I feel like the order of protection should be the key to it. Like, cool. Like,
absolutely.
You've seen this has been a thing she's been worried about.
Absolutely.
But what they're saying is she hasn't used it. So, like, she's been with him other times.
And she pick and choose when she wanted to use it. Mm-hmm. So I see what you're saying. So she was reconciling back and forth, trying to, maybe the relationship has another chance. So she was taking that off the table. And as he attacked her, she pulled it out to try to use it. That shouldn't matter.
I don't think it should matter, yeah.
It really shouldn't matter because if he attacks, it don't matter if I know you my whole life, right? Mm-hmm. I could know you and have no order of protection. And if you assault me on my property, I should be able to pull out my joint according to the law and blow you away. Right? So that should not matter. She should get a very good lawyer and get that aspect thrown out.
Yeah.
Because this white guy didn't have an order of protection against that black guy. The black guy pushed him. Yeah. He feared for his life. He pulled his weapon.
Yeah.
So that should be irrelevant in my humble opinion.
Yeah, so the discussion becomes who's this law really for? And we've already known.
It's designed for white people. It was designed, the whole Second Amendment was designed for white people. We weren't even so-called free when they created this kind of, these amendments. And so we know that all of this is geared for white people. However, we should be able to use it to our discretion when we are within the guidelines of that. Right?
Yeah.
We should be able to use it. So I hope this sister has a good lawyer and he can get that aspect thrown out. You know what I mean? Because that makes no sense. Yeah. Because, you can get an order of protection and things change. Mm-hmm. The relationship takes a change. All right, I'm going to give you another chance. And then once you revert back to your crazy behavior.
It's like having something on file. Like,
right. Like, it's having something on file that stated that this was a previous issue. But, again, that should be irrelevant in a stand your ground state. You can bump into somebody and push them, as we just saw a couple of weeks ago, and fuck paperwork. I got my weapon on me. I felt threatened.
Yeah.
And, I've been watching the George Zimmerman, the Trayvon Martin documentary, and they're really peeling back the layers now that this is all NRA-driven, states where you can carry guns, and it really is not for black people.
That documentary shows, like, how money can really create policy.
Absolutely. Money does create policy.
Like, if you have money behind anybody.
Absolutely.
And, like, they're going to push that through.
They're going to push that through. And that's why these lobbyists, that's what that's really all about. And this is why black people got to realize all of this marching and voting don't get it done. We have to be able to take a bunch of money over to the people who make decisions and go, listen, now our money is power. We want to donate to your campaign or whatever the case may be, and we're on the books. So now when you get in, we have, some leeway. If all we did is vote and we don't even know really who we voted for, and then we want to know why we get treated the way we do. This is the way we get treated. Money is a weapon, all right? So we need to understand that as a narrative.
Dangerous.
I'm going to be pushing it all night. Money is the weapon in America.
Yeah.
Money gets things done, all that other shit y'all talking. So now, back to the original protests in Flatbush or Nostrand, they're losing money. So now, please, we sorry. No, ain't no sorry shit.
Yeah.
We're going to shut you down.
But we have to be able to sustain it then. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely. It's all about sustaining.
We hashtag on Twitter for a week.
Right? Because it's cool
to
hashtag this. But again, that ties back into this generation. The attention span of this generation is 3 days, maybe a week. When we hashtag and we in on that, I'm down with that. And then we move on because they enter something else into the algorithm. You know what I mean? And that algorithm is alive. it breathes. So when they throw the next thing into the algorithm, we shut that down, and now we focused on that. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see, because I believe them Chinese people had 2 nail salons, and I believe they shut them both down.
Oh.
And if that's the case, now you have a template, and you should go down the block.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, and that's going to tie into this. So when you start getting these major corporations, because in the book I speak about gas stations, right?
Yeah.
Because people need gas. So when you tell people, oh, let's just boycott gas, people got to get to work. So if I say let's boycott Exxon, and you just go get your gas from Mobil, what we're doing is we're exercising our power on Exxon. Exxon might have not did nothing, but we chose you. Mm-hmm. And through social media and all of these avenues, it gives us the strength to say, listen, never stop at Exxon, no matter what. Go to Shell, go to Mobil. Once Exxon sees that their money dropped and there's been a surplus in Mobil's gas, they think they own that money. They don't. We coming to get that shit too, because we're moving down the line. Then once we show our power up with Exxon, we move on to Mobil. You know what Mobil gonna want to do? They're gonna want to talk. Now, how much did LeBron put up for this school? 41 million, right?
Yeah.
You mean these oil tycoons can't put up 41 million so we can create a template of what LeBron did? You see what I'm saying? That's called economic weaponry. So now these fucking Arabs who coming in and sucking all the money out of the community with oil, now y'all need to put up some money. Y'all need to get together. We need $41 million, and then we need the state, because everybody's, oh, LeBron didn't do it all by himself. That's cool. We need the state to get involved, and now we have a template that we can move around the country to get things done. And with the advent of social media, we are all one family now. It ain't no, I don't know what you're doing, you don't. We know what each other is doing now. And if that's what y'all want to do, I wrote it in the book, go get it. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to say boycott Pepsi and you like Pepsi. Well, boycott Pepsi, we'll drink Coke for a little while until Pepsi gets the message. Yeah. Now, you know what we need, Pepsi? We need 41 million for this community, 41 million for that community, right? Because it's one thing, I'm going off on a tangent, stop me at any minute. It's one thing to have me donate my money to Chicago kids, and I don't know none of them kids. You know what I mean? And fuck it, you know, I don't really know them kids. But it's another thing where I'm saying we're donating to each other's neighborhoods. So my neighborhood, I know these kids, and these kids are gonna benefit from a free lunch, free that. Yeah. So these are just templates. And then we can double back and get into if it should be all black and all that other stuff. We gotta get on first base first. You know what I mean? So I think that's a unique way that we can use money as a weapon to our advantage.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah. You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X. Peace. This is the Black Dot, author of the underground classic Hip Hop Decoded and Urban Culture Decoded. For 15 years, I've been decoding hip hop, breaking it down, giving you it piece by piece, the DNA of hip hop, all of its multifaceted components. For the next 15 years, I want you to join me as I give you hip hop recoded, and we put it back together, giving you its RNA so that we don't leave the next generation lost. But I have to give you a disclaimer. I am not a hip hop guru. This is not hip hop law. This is for pure entertainment purposes only. I am not a doctor. So before you take the red pill and go with us into the matrix of hip hop, consult your doctor to see if hip hop recoded is for you. With that being said, we thank you for your patronage, and we see you on the other side. Peace.